Police procedurals, by and large, are not my bag. Over the years, the genre has become crowded with shows that recycle the same formula, a largely white cast, a neatly resolved crime, and a script that sidesteps the real-world complexities of modern policing. Even though I'm not a person of color, I can tell that even some of the best police procedurals tend to pander to white audiences, instead of examining the complex dynamic between communities of color and policing. However, The Rookie surprised me. More specifically, Detective Nyla Harper, played by Micaiah Cox, is a dynamic character who keeps me engaged with the show. Nyla isn't just another uniform in the background or a box-checking character for the sake of diversity. She's layered, sharp, vulnerable, and unapologetically human. The writers give her room to be more than the black officer. She's a mother, a mentor, and a woman navigating both personal struggles and professional challenges in a deeply flawed system. Nyla's character in The Rookie, explained. She joined the show in Season 2. Micaiah Cox as Nyla Harper in The Rookie Season 7, Episode 9, 1. Nyla Harper joined the series in The Rookie Season 2, as John Nolan's partner and second training officer. After that, Nyla trained Thorson before returning as a detective. She previously worked undercover for years before being promoted. Since her introduction, Nyla has been working hard and risking her life to crack cases in Los Angeles. Through Nyla's no-nonsense character, professional competence, her complex relationships, and personal struggles, she represents both strength and vulnerability. Her growth throughout the series, especially in her relationships with Nolan, her daughter, and herself, makes her a fan favorite that viewers can't wait to watch in each episode. Nyla is not just a strong officer but a deeply human character who learns to balance her resilience with the vulnerability needed to heal and connect with others. The Rookie Season 7 sees Nyla investigate excessive force and racial profiling. She starts a department-wide initiative. Nyla is passionate about tackling racial profiling and excessive force directly in the police force. Sometimes, her methods put her at odds with her husband, James, who is a community organizer. While James demands a complete overhaul of the policing system, Nyla understands that change has to happen gradually and within the confines of the department. She ultimately wants to expose and correct racist policing methods, but doesn't want to alienate her coworkers. In The Rookie Season 7, Episode 7, The Mickey, Nyla's frustration with the department reaches a boiling point. She decides to start a program that aims to fix any flaws in the department regarding racial profiling and using excessive force, with James appointed as the community liaison for the project. While Nyla could certainly garner resentment from her fellow law officers, she knows that what she is doing will help not only people of color in their community, but also make policing safer. These new initiatives are taking effect as Nyla tries to catch the serial killer she's been chasing, and her marriage takes a turn for the worse. Things become especially tumultuous in Season 7, Episode 8, Wildfire, where Nyla discovers that her husband kissed another woman. The incident will no question cause problems in the future for Nyla and James, and maybe affect Nyla's safer policing initiative. What creatives behind The Rookie have said about tackling racism and policing. It's an essential aspect of the show. Micaiah Cox as Nyla Harper and Alyssa Diaz and Angela Lopez in The Rookie Season 6, Episode 3, 1. The creatives behind The Rookie, especially creator Alexi Hawley, have been upfront about their desire to address policing problems like racial profiling, excessive force, and the strained relationship between law enforcement and people of color in an honest and responsible way. After the national reckoning sparked by the murder of George Floyd in 2020, Hawley acknowledged that the show couldn't ignore the real-world conversations surrounding policing. Hawley told the creative process it's worth noting that The Rookie had issues with racial tension behind the scenes. Talia Bishop actress Afton Williamson left The Rookie in 2019, after she claimed she was bullied by executives and the victim of racial discrimination from the hair and makeup department. How The Rookie succeeds at examining policing problems. Other police procedurals miss the mark. Micaiah Cox talking on the phone in The Rookie. Many police procedurals gloss over the complicated relationship between law enforcement and people of color, but ultimately, The Rookie succeeds at examining policing problems because it balances entertainment with thoughtful social commentary. Unlike many cop shows that shy away from real-world issues, the rookie actively leans into them, especially when it comes to topics like racial profiling, excessive force, and systemic bias within law enforcement. What makes the rookie stand out is its commitment to nuance. The show doesn't paint its officers as flawless heroes or hopeless villains, but as people navigating a deeply imperfect system. Episodes dealing with these sensitive topics don't resolve with easy answers. Instead, they reflect the real-world discomfort and urgency surrounding these issues, which encourages audiences to think critically rather than passively consume. How Nyla from The Rookie bucks a problematic trend. She's a complex character. Mikia Cox as Nyla Harper and Alyssa Diaz as Angela Lopez in The Rookie Season 7 Episode 4. More often than not, police procedurals will have one or two people of color on the law enforcement team. Too often, they will act as background characters just put in the show for diversity purposes, and aren't given significant screen time or meaningful story arcs. However, The Rookie makes Nyla an interesting, complex, and nuanced character, as she also goes through many changes and ultimately grows through her time on the force. From her first appearance, it's clear that Nyla is a badass. She isn't merely a sidekick or a moral compass for her white counterparts. No, Nyla is always in the action, and eager to do her best to keep Los Angeles as safe as possible. The Rookie delves into her backstory and her relationship with James in a way that is intricate. This gives her agency, shows her vulnerability, and allows her professional judgment to shape the narrative rather than orbit around other characters.